Hi. Aurora Surrealis by Tid. Which unless you like Swedish black metal, you're probably not going to like that one. Mephistopheles of Los Angeles by Marilyn Manson. Open Road by, I can't remember who did that one, and I can't remember the first song. It's fine. It's fine. Hi, Aries. Happy birthday. Yeah, I was going to pre-record a message to do all of the introduction stuff. If you want to know all the things you need to know, just go check the description box of the video. That way you can find out how to donate to the channel, how to book a personal reading, where my only Instagram account is, and all that wonderful stuff. It is your April general read. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. We're going to get started for you right away because you can check the description box for all the things. Please check your rising moon and Venus sign for additional messages. And let's get started. We're going to use these bad boys. Find out your affirmation. Then we're going to jump into the tarot. We're going to do a six card thing for your past, present, future. We are not going to clarify, but I am going to take my sweet ass time. There will be channeled messages as well. One sec. Sorry. Allergies. Yeah, they're real. And I'm allergic to grass really badly. So that's like a whole thing. And apologies, this is not my day job. So anyway, let's get started for you here. Aries, what is your affirmation for April? Oh yeah, Broke. I don't know who does that song. Broke. Broke by, it's not Foster the People, I don't think. But the song is, Broke. I like that you're broke like me. Somebody is finding the commonalities in between them and somebody else, I think. But I am manifesting. You're manifesting something. This is such an appropriate color for you, also, Aries. But you're manifesting something. Now, remember, manifestation is one of those buzzwords, right? So make sure that you're not just sitting around saying words like manifest and assuming that things are just going to, pop into your world out of thin air. Action is eloquence, and Aries, you are an action-oriented sign, so do make sure of that. I'm an Aries rising, so I'm really interested to see how things work. We're going to use the Revelations Tarot for you. Before we get started, though, let's see what... Oh, yeah, we have to do our thing, don't we? Aries, well, because it's spring, we're going to use the green. Aries, it's your turn. And we'll shake the dice to see what other signs you're dealing with. Dealing with Cancer, Capricorn, and Sagittarius. So those are the people that you're dealing with. And like I was saying, we're going to get started for you with the Revelations Tarot. Did I actually just do all of that in 3 minutes or less? I did. Okay. I am going to take my time with your messages. So remember, you can pop this into your pocket. If you have YouTube Pro, you don't even have to have the screen on. But do kick back and relax. You can skip ahead of the intro and all that stuff. And please let us know in the comments where your Aries placement is. Usually people kind of come into these readings when it's their sun sign, but I always like to know. So... Ooh, that was a nice shuffle. You're taking your time with something. Taking your time with something. Kind of trying to be methodical, strategic about something. Yeah. Okay, twist for fairness, like always. Okay. In the past for you, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I take flippers and jumpers. Six of Cups. So something about wish fulfillment from the past, your childhood wishes. Also looking at past lovers, kind of taking stock of things from the past, but also nostalgia. So a deep sense of nostalgia in this card for you as well. So in the past, there is a sense of kind of daydreaming, thinking about things from your childhood, even kind of reflecting upon relationships from the past and how those have served you, not served you, all that kind of thing. Just kind of how things panned out for you, where they haven't? Are you fulfilling those childhood wishes and dreams, right? We'll be able to color it all in for you. Let's see. What else do we have? What else do we have? And please let me know. Do you like it better when I do the Celtic Cross? Do you like it better when I do these 6 cards, 6 cards, 6 cards? Do you like the shorter readings? I mean, you know, I don't have the equipment to do the video editing and stuff, so you got me in the raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. The ODB song. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Oh, man. Okay, we got a couple here, too. The Three of Pentacles and the Upright and the King of Cups. There is something intuitive in the heart space. Scorpio energy on this guy here. That you're looking at as far as a contract or an offer goes. Also looking at your emotions and your intuition. Highly intuitive individual this guy is. He's also intuitive when it comes to his emotions and knowing when to be yielding with them and when to kind of stave off. This is typically where we see the union of mind, body, and spirit, or balance in between the emotions, the intellect, the intuition. But it is also about friendship, contracts, offers coming to the forefront. Something's got you thinking about that and kind of looking to the past of things. Kind of, you know, something's jogged your memory about some nostalgia where you may have needed to preside over this from a more stable place, or where you didn't necessarily follow your intuition when it came to an emotional sense. And you're trying to do so now based on that. But there's an offer or a friendship or something with those Three Pentacles. You intuitively decide in the past because you've seen it before. You might even just be thinking on this nostalgia, in a sense, kind of thinking back to when you decided, when somebody came with you with an offer, to kind of diminish it into a friendship thing, or where following your intuition in terms of an offer would have served you better. Presiding over that emotion space, the emotions of the situation. Hold on, let me just, we'll just shuffle ourselves this way a little. Get a little bit more comfortable. What else in the past? Were you Aries? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Got 2 more. Like that you're broke you like me. Isn't it funny that I just said that? You saving up your money? An offer came, and as a result you had the ability to save, or you've been holding back something with your emotions. Intuitively you knew it was best to hold back. Holding back from a friend. Holding back something from a friend. Because you see, this person normally in the Rider Waite, and I have it, I'm not going to go sifting through the whole deck to find it, but normally here what we would see is we would see somebody who's holding a pentacle close to their chest, sitting on their pentacles, trying to save for a rainy day, or trying to be more thrifty. But it's not just that, it's also protecting your spiritual resources, holding something close to your chest, holding your cards close to your chest, and kind of getting it. I'm getting it. Holding your cards close to your chest in terms of this. And then we have the Moon. Yeah, keeping something shrouded in darkness. Is it because you were confused, or because you felt somebody else was confused? Pisces is super prevalent on this card, and a lot of readers, it's not wrong to say that it's a Pisces card, but I always see it as the Moon being Cancerian in nature, because Cancer is ruled by the Moon. But this is also about dreams, the dreamscape, nightmares, confusion, keeping something in darkness, the emotional world, that realm of the sleeping world where we work out we sort through the dryer lint of the day when we're sleeping, right? I'm seeing this as somebody who's keeping somebody in the dark about something, keeping their cards close to their chest. Somebody else is confused about it. They're confused as to why it didn't work the way it was supposed to. But it's more about just keeping things in a dreamlike state. It's almost as if keeping things shrouded in darkness and in confusion actually helps. It's like somebody doesn't, it's like because it's dreamlike in that sense. It continues to be dreamlike when something is shrouded in darkness and secrecy and confusion. Whereas if it turns to the light of day, then all of a sudden everything comes to light. I'm sorry, I'm just full of cliches today. But if everything comes to light, then you would know for certain. And holding your cards close to your chest helps you to kind of live in this dream world of sorts. Keeping somebody confused allows you to control the situation. There's an element of control to it. You get to preside over it where it does that thing. You might be a Pisces, Aries cusp individual. It's more though that as long as you're keeping your cards close to your chest, keeping things shrouded in that darkness, that you get to daydream about it, keeping people confused about what's actually happening behind the scenes. Then you get to what am I trying to articulate here? It's almost as if you're declarative about something and you bring something out into the light of day, then there's certainty attached to it, and then all of a sudden it has to be declared. Like that's what I'm saying. Like if you're declarative about it, then you can no longer play with the dreamlike sense, the dreaminess of it. You can't enjoy the fantastical piece. It's like playing in a daydream. Playing in the daydream. Yeah. And else, lastly for you in the past, Aries. You know, we get there. We get there. It takes a little time. It just takes the middle of a Jimmy world. Are you in between? Are you kind of like at this point where you're transitioning from keeping something like under wraps and in like this dreamy state where you get to kind of play with imagination when it comes to it and play with fantasy when it comes to it? You're in the middle. It just takes some time. It just takes some time. Everything will be just fine. You keep telling yourself that. You're trying to reassure yourself into bringing something out into the light, revealing something, bringing these out. You know what I mean? But there's some fear associated with it. Because if it's no longer in that state, then you can't play with your imagination. All of a sudden, it becomes a fact. You spent way too much time on that card. Just take some time. Jimmy Eat World. Jimmy Eat World. Jim. Middle. Yay. Ten of Cups. Oh, there's fear. There's fear that you're not going to get this 1, 2, 3, fear. Kommt die Sonne. Wasn't I just saying? I'm hearing it. Here kommt die Sonne. Here comes the sun, right? Here comes the sun. You want to bring something about, but you know that the dream like state that you have going for whatever this is, you'd like to perpetuate that. But here comes the sun. You know that if it comes to light, the potential for it to come to a 10 of Cups, ultimate emotional union and fulfillment in that sense of friendship, family union, romantic sense, that it could actually, that's one of its potential outcomes. There's fear associated with that. And then I say fear, right? Because we, you know, fear is four in German. But there's your four. You're keeping it close to your chest. Eins, zwei, drei, vier. Okay. We'll read all the things around it. Aries, in the present for you, Aries, during April. What do we have happening now? Nine of Cups. Okay. So, right now, you're not feeling like you're taking care of yourself so much. You're not feeling that sense of personal wish fulfillment. Not feeling that you're speaking and appealing to that sense of self-love. And you're looking back at that Six of Cups. There's a piece of you that is trying to steep yourself in nostalgia, go back and pour over the things of the past in your childhood, in your personal relationships, to figure out why it is that you haven't gotten to that point of loving yourself, of getting to a place of looking around yourself and understanding that you bring yourself emotional fulfillment. Why can't you bring yourself emotional fulfillment, is what you're wondering. And intuitively, you believe that you can do that. You know innately that you can. You haven't followed your intuition in the past, as far as your emotions go. And you keep looking back, pouring over the past for where it worked and where it didn't. More. And it's like, it just takes some time. It just takes some time. It's like, in retrospect, you know, that hindsight is 20/20 thing. I think that's something for you. It's like you keep on telling yourself to catch up. Catch up. It's like if you knew then what you knew now, kind of thing. The Strength card. Yeah. You don't have the courage right now. There's something about this where you need the courage to be able to, the courage to love yourself, the courage to grant yourself the things that you know are in your, that serve your highest good, that speak to your highest self. Intuitively and emotionally, you understand what those are. There's something that you look back on that was an offer of some sort that you diminished into less than it was. There's anger associated with this too, Leo energy. We got two fixed signs right there, Leo and Scorpio. There's a piece of you that is, first of all, stubborn and standoffish, if we look here. Stubborn and standoffish about it, but there's an element of anger, but also an element of the need to embrace the courage required to go after what would serve your highest good, but also what would serve you in terms of your personal wish fulfillment. Or do you have the courage to go after what you really love, or who you really love, or what you really want, what is best for you? You get angry about it. You lose your temper over it. What else? That's too many. No novels today, folks. Come on. Aries. You didn't go after it. You don't, you're not very forgiving of yourself either. You don't, angry with yourself. You don't forgive yourself easy. You're not kind to yourself over this. You don't. Inner beast. You allow it to run roughshod over you more than others. You will never forgive yourself. There's something that you have trouble forgiving yourself over. Oh, I'm not taking all those. I'm taking this one, though, the Fool Well, in reverse, there's you. You feel disconnected from yourself. It's like an inner dialogue that you're having with yourself saying, I love when this happens. Thank you, Tarot. When did I become so disconnected with myself that I no longer have the courage to take risks? When did I lose my adventurous spirit? That's you, the Fool. In the reverse, no longer adventurous, no longer willing to take risks for the purposes of learning, but also for the purposes of embarking on new paths, expanding your horizons. And here you have that lack of courage and the inability to tame the inner beast, whether it be fear, anger, resentment, stubbornness. And then here we have this lack of personal, like you don't, like I don't understand how else to say it except for self-love. The lack of self-love, the lack of self-care, the lack of caring for oneself and one's it's like the highest good. And the disconnectedness from the self and what one's personal deepest desires are. And it's almost like an inner dialogue. When did I become so afraid of these things? When did I lose my adventurous nature? When did I lose my lust for life? How do I come back into union with, you know, those pieces of myself that are, you know, falling by the wayside while I am, you know, doing so well in these other portions of my life? Because I'm no longer spontaneous. I'm no longer courageous. I'm no longer adventurous. I'm no longer pioneering. You thought you would save it for a rainy day, whatever this is. You thought you'd pull it out on a rainy day, but you sat on your hands. Sat on your hands until they were numb, and then when the time came, you couldn't do anything, or you couldn't say anything, or you were at a loss for words about something. You tell yourself that you're a coward, but that's not correct. I hear it. You tell yourself that you're a coward, but that's not correct. There's a difference in between being a coward and lacking courage. Lacking courage is literally like, you know, one conversation within yourself away from breakthrough, whereas being a coward is many conversations with the inner dialogue going nowhere, or a lack of inner dialogue in and of itself. Somebody who just doesn't have an inner dialogue, period. Right? Okay. What else? What else, Aries? What else? Tell me more. When did I lose my pioneering spirit? You're going back over it, over and over and over. The Hermit. Yeah, you're going back over it over and over. You're trying to realize a personal truth of some sort. This is a great personal truth that you're emerging from a cave of self-discovery with. So it's not as if you're not introspecting. You are. You're going back within yourself in order to try and pour over all of this to find and realize a personal truth. And I think you have realized the personal truth, because this is in the reverse. If you were just, this is the Hermit that has emerged from that cave, Virgo energy on this. But this is somebody who's emerged with the personal truth, who has the illumination, who has the knowledge. That's what you're holding close to your chest, is the truth of the situation, your truth. You like keeping it shrouded in secrecy and a dream-like state. You want people to be confused by it. It's almost like you enjoy that others are disillusioned in some way. It's almost like you like the sneak attack. You like the sneak attack. What are you trying to do here with this? What is the sneak attack that you're trying to go for? You're trying to throw somebody for a loop, because you know you're holding that personal truth deep here, here. Because you're afraid of the outcome if you were to bring it to light. Then you could no longer kind of sit up in your head imagining all of the different ways that it could go. Then you would just know all of a sudden the outcome would be just that, the outcome, right? You're playing in the daydream. Tell me more. Any more? Two of Wands, yeah. You're sitting and watching and waiting. You got your two wands on either side of you. You're surveying the land. It's almost as if you're looking for the opportunity. Waiting for the right time. Hurry up and wait. It's never, it's almost, I can hear it's never the right time. It's never the right time. But is it ever going to be the right time? You could play in the daydream forever, waiting for the right time. You're waiting for the right time for this to, because it's almost as if you see here that there is an opportunity or an opportune time for this to occur. Timing is everything. But it's important to you that it happens at the right time, because you feel like if you don't, if you're sitting around and waiting for it to, because you feel like if you do it at the right moment, it'll emerge as that 10 of Cups. 10. 10. 10 and 2. 10 and 2. It's like the steering wheel. You hold it in your hands at 10 and 2. They tell you. February 10th. The 10th. The 2nd. The 18th also. October 18th. October 2nd. October 2nd. You thought that was the right time. King of Wands, there's you. This is also a Leo card. Usually, I would say the kings are fixed signs. You or Leo. I often see this as Leo. But I also see it as you a lot of the time. You're trying to take control of a situation here. A good reminder for anybody who hasn't heard this enough is an Aries, and I'm a Capricorn sun and an Aries rising and a Cancer moon. It's not fun having all cardinal signs in your major placements, and so I'm sure you've heard the lecture a million times over, Aries, but the fact of the matter is that you can't control everything. And this is a reminder, of course, that you can't always control the outcome of every situation. Although this is a firm-handed ruler who presides over things with fairness, very domineering, sure, dominating, yes, dominant, I'm sure those all mean the same thing in some sense of the word, but presides over things from a space of commanding respect, the fire that warms rather than burns. Somebody who's a firm-handed ruler. Confidence. You're waiting to become more confident in your decision, or waiting until you feel most confident that the outcome will be correct. You can't control that. I know you believe that you can. A lot of people will try to engineer things to work out in the way that they should. But the fact of the matter is you can't control everything. All right? It's true. I mean, you're playing in the daydream, believing you're not controlling call if you're playing in the daydream, because it's not real. But you believe that as long as you keep something in the dream state, as long as you keep something in that mysterious place. And that you can control the outcome of it if you wait it out, if you wait until it's the right time to come out and decree. And once the king decrees, what the king says goes, right? You don't necessarily know that. Somebody could be making, you remember how I said declaration, or somebody being declarative over something? Doesn't this guy look like he's decreeing something? Kind of feel like that's what you're looking to do. You're waiting to in the present. You're holding off on something, waiting to decree something. It's almost like you want to declare your happiness or declare something that you have been playing in the daydream about. Okay. All right. Future. I always love the first read back after I haven't been for a while, and I have been putting it off, you know. But High Priestess, what did I say? What did I say about keeping something shrouded in secrecy and darkness and da-da-da-da-da? Intuition, secrecy. Something is being kept secret. And I think the secret and the mystery here that you intuitively know has to do with what you're trying to do that isn't working to your, isn't playing to your highest good, where you're not loving yourself, you're not working towards your own personal wish fulfillment. And that there is a lack of courage here. Because this is what's fallen. It's about following your intuition. These are the mysteries of the occult. Following your intuition. Things shrouded in secrecy. Pisces energy again. You know, those darn fish, they just, you know, anything gets close to them, like right under the water, down to the very depths, right? You're trying to control this. You're trying to control something. There's a secret. There's not a secret being revealed either. There's a secret being kept because of a lack of courage, or a loss of temper, or it's got to do with your inability to really nurture yourself, nurture something within yourself that deserves to be nurtured, as do all of our you know, dreams and hopes and goals that we have to, you know, serve our highest good, right? Tell me more. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. You got a secret, or somebody else does. The Tower, and then crash, bang, booms. Scorpio energy again. Somebody upsetting the apple cart with that secret, or the secret comes out unexpectedly. You could lose your temper and then just blurt something out that just throws everybody for a loop. You weren't planning on it. You might end up making a fool of yourself, or somebody else makes a fool out of themselves as a result. And that's one of the problems with kind of holding on to things too tightly. Sometimes we hold on to those things so tightly that they just kind of slip out. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, shit, that wasn't how I wanted that to go, right? Either that, or conversely, you can actually see something collapsing, or you have a secret that you're holding about something collapsing, or somebody intuitively knows that something is going to collapse or unexpectedly happen, or it's got to do with a lack of courage or with a loss of temper, or because somebody wasn't adventurous enough. Tell me more. I do want to note, though, hey, like, this is not apocalyptic, okay? Things are broken down so that they can be built on firmer foundations. So, do keep that in mind. Oh, did we have this kind of sitting in here the whole time? I think we did. Temperance in reverse. Why I say loss of temper. This is somebody who is not on an even keel, is not balanced whatsoever. Sagittarius energy. Scorpio, Sag, cusp season. So you're looking at, in between mid-November. Yeah, mid-November. There's a inability to moderate. Like, you know how they say everything in moderation? This is not everything in moderation with Temperance in reverse. This is somebody who kind of just, you know, there's a lack of grace here as well, a lack of grace. It's almost like stumbling, especially with the Fool in the reverse. Somebody who lacks grace, isn't graceful in their movements, somebody who stumbles around, somebody who bumbles, and it's like the bull in the china shop type of energy. Yeah, that's that secret, watch, secret collapse of something or shocking event. And then this Temperance card here with the Fool above it and the Strength card in the reverse. This is about this personal truth coming out. Falling over oneself, bumbling, stuttering. It's not the way you rehearsed it. I can hear this guy over here saying that. It's not the way it was supposed to go. It's like you wanted to be eloquent about something. The way you revealed something, you wanted to be eloquent about it. You wanted to articulate it in a specific manner. And because it's almost like you just blurted it out. And it didn't go the way it was supposed to. It didn't pan out the way you wanted it to. And it made you look clumsy. It made you look like a fool. In the literal sense. In the future. It wasn't the way it wasn't the way it was supposed to be. It didn't go the way it was supposed to. It wasn't as planned. But again, remember, like I said, you can't control this stuff, you know, just because you plan things a certain way. I mean, you can plan everything in the entire world, but you cannot control the weather. Like, that's what it feels like here. It's like you're playing in the daydream. Cool, that's great. You kind of like, you know, as long as you're playing in your daydream, yeah, you can control how everything goes in the daydream. The outcome can just always be exactly how you think it's gonna, but it's not going the way you envision. It's not going to go the way that you envision. Whatever this is going to emerge in a less than graceful way that is extremely shocking. It's going to knock someone for a loop, and you may not articulate it correctly because you have held on so tightly to the outcome and how it should go that it's slipping right out in a less than graceful manner. I don't know how else to put that. Ten of Swords in reverse. There's a healing element to this, though. Because of this, the result is that your personal truth is out. Hey, look, you get to finally, those swords can finally come out. You can finally start to, heal something that's been painful for you. It's almost like you've been holding on to it for so long that it's painful. And that there's healing that can occur as a result. And the funny thing is I don't see this as like an apology. I don't see this as something that's directly causing you pain internally. But this is here and this is healing. This is an end to a very painful situation. It's almost as if you were causing yourself pain in order to hold on to this for so long. And there's an alleviation of sorts, like we're gonna get gross on you here, like the breaking of an abscess. The breaking of an abscess, so that it's like an alleviation of stress and tension. And you've been waiting for so long. Yeah, you've been waiting for so long. Tell me more. Two Cups. There's a union attached to this. The union of the two. You've been waiting for so long. There's a meeting of two individuals. I can't necessarily say that this is like, if you're here for a love reading, like, hate to break it to you, this and the 10 of cups and the 6 of, oh, well, I guess, you know, you got the 6 of cups, you got the 10 of cups, you got your 9 in the reverse, and then you got this guy, your 2. Was this like all just to get to the 2 of cups? Perhaps. But it was a meeting that you needed to have. It was necessary. You need to heal before you do this? Or is it that you were waiting so long for this? You were waiting so long for this union. You were waiting so long to meet up with somebody to have this. You still want to control the outcome of it, though. That's the problem. You still want to be that, for lack of a better term, it's not the emperor. Hey, I know it's not, but you still want to be that king. You still want to be that guy who's like controlling it. You're very proud. There's something about this meeting. Sorry, I'm getting it over here. There's something about when you meet up with this individual. You're very proud. You want to show off. I'm getting this here. Look at it. I'm getting this here. You want to show off. You're very proud of it. But you have to heal something first, or it's almost like an alleviation. The pressure's off, or it's a breaking of tension. You're very proud. Tell me more. Lastly, for you, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Remember, like I said at the beginning, the signs were Cancer, Sagittarius, Capricorn. And a Page of Pentacles. Message. This is a timepiece, a peace offering, a token of appreciation, a small gift. But it is a communication, a tangible communication. It's something that is worth something to somebody. You have something of worth to communicate. Something of worth to communicate during this union. You've been waiting to communicate it. This could also be about earth sign children. Something about worthiness, communicating something about worthiness. Your worthiness, their worthiness. About personal worth. I don't know. But you're playing in the daydream. So, when is that going to happen? I don't know. Ha! What did I say? Truth. Yeah, there's a truth here. All right. This is a sort of truth. I always view this as Aries. Or sorry, not Aries, as Libra. Sorry. I always view this as Libra. A lot of people view this as Aquarius. I always view it as Libra because this is Athena's sword. But anyway, this is a truth. You have a truth. And you're playing in the daydream instead of letting that truth be known, emerge, own the truth. You're not exercising ownership over a truth. And it's causing you pain. And you're sitting there telling yourself, when did I lose my sense of adventure to be able to break out and own that? All right, magnetic poetry for you, Aries. Well, that was a good one. We all love a good tarot reading when it gets nice like that. We're gonna dig deep for you. We're gonna get you some messages. Magnetic poetry. Oh, what did I fucking say? I love when this happens. Okay, there we have it for you. You make sense out of these. I can't. And I'll have to watch this back because this is my rising sign. But again, happy birthday, Aries. Take care of yourself and put in the comments all the things that you want to say. And take care of yourselves. All right. Okay. Bye. And there you have it. There's your board. Okay, stop playing in the dream, okay? Bye.